Hi Gemini, welcome to your mid-January astrology forecast and tarot reading. I'm so sorry that this is so delayed. You didn't really get a January one, so I am including the extended part of this for free. So this is going to be the full shebang in one go. So Gemini, apologies, and let's talk about the gorgeous new moon in Aquarius. Mixed bag of reviews really for this, just because well, there is a lot going on. Ooh, Four of Pentacles right out the bat. So Gemini, what I'm trying to say about this full new moon for you is that it's in Aquarius, and that is compatible with your energy, obviously being fellow air sign, but there's a struggle going on with Aquarius. Aquarius's ruler Uranus, and Uranus is very big on surprises. It's very electric. It's quite shocking. So a lot of stuff could go on around this new moon that you don't expect, and you could get a sudden epiphany that you want to move across the world. You want to move to another country, to another state, to another planet. Wouldn't blame you. But whatever it is, you're feeling like you need to expand, you need to learn something, you need to see something, you've itchy feet. That Saturn-Pluto conjunction was so intense, and it was such an intense part of the sky for you. And the last couple of months for Geminis in particular has been quite interesting. King of Wands. A lot of you are dealing immediately with a fire sign, for sure. Queen of Wands and the King of Wands right off the bat. United we stand. A lot of you are in your power as a couple, because those of you in established relationships or marriages have had one hell of a year. And 2020 is proving to be an all or nothing kind of mentality for those of you that are in relationships. There is a bittersweet tinge to whatever is going on at the moment. Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups. Reasons to be cheerful, reasons to be happy. Ten of Swords, reasons to feel depressed, reasons to feel deflated. Something that seemed like you're forever, you're happily ever after, and now has a sad tinge to it. And you're just wondering when this Ten of Cups moment will be. Particularly if you are dealing with a fire sign with a Leo, an Aries, or Sagittarius. Two of Wands and the Hierophant. Will we marry? Will we not? Will I find the one? Will I not? Will I commit to this journey? Am I spiritual? Am I atheist? Do I believe? There is always that duality with your two twins, and I feel a little bit at the minute as though maybe Gemini, they're not getting on quite as well, and they're not agreeing, and there you are, the Magician. Standing tall at the very, very top of the reading, feeling magical, feeling powerful, feeling like you have a little bit more control. Even though there's a Ten of Swords moment, you're seeing where your power is. You're seeing where you can actually manifest something different. What you want is becoming ever so clear. And this will we, won't we, Wheel of Fortune, the fates are changing. All is not as it seems. Hermit energy, if you're dealing with a Virgo, you're for sure wondering what you should do about them, or whether you should just go, or whether they've already gone. Weird. Let's see. Three of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. For sure a lot of you are talking about marriage or babies, but for those of you that are single, I think for those of you that are single, you're feeling very single. Career-wise, oh, the Emperor. You feel as though you could do with a little bit more autonomy. You feel like you could do with a little bit more control. You feel like your boss, if you have one, doesn't quite know what they're talking about sometimes, and it's driving you nuts. The Moon. Ooh, La Luna. Okay, so accept that whatever position you're in at the minute, Gemini, there's a lot that you don't know. How many major arcana? One. Oh, Queen of Pentacles, especially if you're dealing with an earth sign. It's an earth sign in your life that's keeping secrets. Okay. Major Arcana is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot. Okay. So let's crack into this extended. If you're dealing with a fire sign, because I want these to all be out as we go rather than just, you know, you've quite a lot of things going on here. Fire signs. Yeah. Oh. Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Tower. The urge to perform an illegal U-turn on something that you really don't have any control over is going to make you feel worse. It's going to make you feel sicker. It's going to make you feel powerless. Keep going in the direction you're going. 10 of Swords and 10 of Cups. Queen of Swords. Something about bad news makes Geminis either talk less or talk more. And it's never mild. I always feel like it's extreme. You know there's something up with a Gemini when they're talking at 1,000,000 miles an hour or they're not saying anything. I feel like news came in that has, for sure, and I think we're going back the last 10 months. 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. You need to move forward past a disappointment and continue going. There's this expression, I think it was maybe, I want to say it was Steve Harvey. It might have been Dr. Phil. I don't know. Somebody said if you're going through hell, keep going. So whatever Geminis there are that are going through hell, keep going. This new moon is going to give you a breath of fresh air, a breath of new direction. And that Magician is saying that you know that no matter what's going on, you have this feeling, Gemini, that you're creating something better or that everything is happening for a reason. And you're very sure of that as we get towards the end of January. Ace of Wands, Page of Swords. You have an idea. You have a very special idea. You have a very special gift. And you're going to make it happen regardless of what anybody else thinks or what anybody else says. The criticism, the objections is not going to matter. Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Pentacles. But please don't spend all your money because you think you can. Save something for a rainy day. And if you're trying to... There's a difference between creating your destiny and manipulating fate. Don't manipulate people around you because you know you can. Especially if it's romantically a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. You will find, especially if it's a Scorpio, that if you try and manipulate the situation, they'll be oot. Yep, they will be. Death card. They're not messing. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, they're not messing. And if you're dealing with a Leo, they really want you to be strong. They don't want you to be wallowing. They like you best when you're at your most confident, chatty side. 6 of Pentacles, the Hermit. Okay. Whee. A lot of you are understanding who in your life is there for you when you need them and who is just there when they need you. You're seeing, especially with the earth signs, especially with the Virgos, the Capricorns, and the Taurus even, there's kind of this understanding of who really is there. And I think I think that there could be some people in your life that you decide you don't feel, and I do think it's an earth sign, Page of Pentacles. I do feel like, Gemini, there are some people that you did think would be there the whole way that aren't there, and I think it's getting to you. and it seems disappointing, but life goes on. 8 of Wands. You make new friends, you make new connections. You will make a lot of new friends in Aquarius season. You make new friends all the time, but I think there are a lot of people that want to love you. Ace of Cups. And if you're single, romantically speaking, again, Aquarius season, gonna have a lot of options. 8 of Swords. Whatever it is that's making you feel trapped is because you feel like you're handing your power over to something that is not attainable. And you're wrong, it is attainable. You know it's attainable, but you flip between thinking you can't have it and you can have it all, and it's exhausting. You need to be patient with this. Whatever it is in your life that is so huge, because all of you seem to have something in your life going on that's huge. A big change. 7 of Pentacles is going to require a bit of a long game rather than instant results. Strength. And I feel like it's because you have to put a lot of care, a lot of attention, and a lot of time into nurturing something or someone, Queen of Cups, that needs you. So this Moon card, 8 of Pentacles, is an answer that you want to know that is not yet yours to know. It's going to take some time before you know what's going to happen, particularly, as I said, if it is to do with an earth sign or a Libra. The moon is very telling that between this new moon in Aquarius and the full moon in Leo, a lot of stuff changes. I think there's an earth sign. For some of you, exits your life. For some of you, it enters your life. For some of you, there is a new connection that really teaches you how to, how to love. For a lot of you, there is missing a family member tremendously, missing an old friend tremendously, feeling a void, and needing to fill it with more love, which is entirely possible. 6 of Cups and the Lovers for Geminis. But for a lot of you, you're still in love with somebody from the past. And if that's the case, you're refusing to move forward into a joyous future where you could meet somebody a lot more suitable. Like, for some reason, an earth sign. King of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, earth signs are dominating the Gemini reading. It's weird. There's a dominance there. It's kind of crazy, especially the Capricorns. But this Death card, you're going to have to accept the pain that you're feeling at some point, even if you feel like you have this all under control and you feel like you can make everything better and you feel like you can make everything happen. You can't run away from the dark night of the soul, and you can't self-medicate it with 7 of Cups either. You can't party away what it is that you need to get to grips with that is affecting your decision making, especially if it's to do with a Scorpio. But you're delaying something. You're delaying some kind of healing, some kind of ending that needs to go. You need to start over in some way. You need to, with the Fool, take a chance. But take a chance while you're still healing. It's a confusing, I always find Gemini quite confusing to read for, because there is that double-edged sword. I think with the Fool and the 4 of Swords, it's very hard to understand how a new beginning, particularly with Death card here as severe as it is, how a new beginning in some way is delayed yet inevitable, is it's as if a lot of you are in things at the minute that haven't quite ended, but haven't quite begun, and there's this kind of limbo for the Geminis that refuse to make some kind of judgment call. Because I think there's maybe a lack of acceptance that something has actually changed everything in your life. And that death energy, very, 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 very much to do with Saturn and Pluto, conjunct in your 8th house of death. And obviously in tarot and in astrology, death is known as rebirth. It's a metaphorical thing, it's not a literal thing. But life as you know it, with the conjunction with the eclipses, Gemini, isn't the same anymore. And on one hand, you feel like you have complete control over that. You have creative control. You feel like you can talk people into your way of thinking. You can't talk everybody into your way of thinking. Better to be honest. Life is different. And there's more to be revealed. And if you are in love with an earth sign, I think you need to consider where you're maybe sacrificing some boundaries or something in order to keep them happy. And if you are dealing with a Scorpio, there is a very intense pull there. But you need to make sure that you're completely honest with them, otherwise they will go and they will not return. If it's a Pisces, for Geminis, I get this impression that you've possibly hurt their feelings more than you realize. And if you're in a romantic relationship, Gemini, with a fire sign, they want you to be as excited as they are to try something again or try something new. And if you're with another Gemini, there's a big decision, a lot of healing, a lot of hope, and a lot of fighting something as a united front. If you're with an Aquarius, I think that you need to try and understand them best they can, even though their actions don't make any sense, because they're unusually slow in the lead up to that new moon. It'll change after that, don't worry. 3 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. And if you're choosing between 2 people and one of them's a Libra, the Libra will be a lot more successful than the other. If you're dealing with a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. They're hella defensive about something. If you're dealing with a water sign, they could very well be keeping their cool but be defensive, but they could be defending themselves, or they could be defending. Yeah, I think if you're dealing with a water sign, I think if you've been dealing with a water sign and you've been in any way sneaky, they're away out the door. Or if they've been sneaky, you're going to be away out the door. Somebody's away out the door. 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords, severed ties, hard choice, but it's happened. If you're in a happy relationship with a water sign that's very successful, I think that there's actually a healthy degree of balance here. But for a lot of you that's unhealthy and defensive and you guys can't see eye to eye, somebody's gone. That Saturn-Pluto conjunction has brought about a lot of feelings. And in terms of your money, you want the abundance, but this month you're just not so sure you want to put in the work. You want to see the world, and it's going to cost you. but it will enrich your experiences. Although I think Geminis very much run the risk of putting themselves into some kind of financial ruin if they're not careful. Four of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Four of Wands, especially if it's a get-rich-quick scheme. But nonetheless, you want to go on an adventure. Your intuition tells you that that's the only way that you're going to feel better, is if you book that holiday. And if you are dealing with another air sign that seems like everything, just be careful that they do not appear like everything, because you quite simply don't know them. You know what I mean? Well, Gemini, that's your full reading. I hope you got something from that. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a very wonderful end to January. I'm looking forward to doing the February readings and getting into a less heavy month, because last month was heavy. And yeah, it'll be nice to go into Aquarius season full throttle and experience some of the air energy that you thrive in. So I hope you have a wonderful end of the month, Gemini. I love you very much, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.